Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Charlotte from @Charlotte's House. I'm really excited about this project because I think it will be a really easy, really inexpensive way to update just a basic blanket you might have kicking around. Stay tuned. One of the things that I love when I'm skimming through my Instagram feed are these blankets that you see that have these big giant pom-pom tassels at the end. So I thought I would combine my love for those big giant pom-pom tassels with my love for plaid, and I thought it might be a nice project for the fall. I've already gone to Joann and I grabbed about half a yard of a few different plaids. You don't need a lot of fabric for this project, but I wanted to have a variety. I am only working with the blues and the greens. I bought a bunch of plaid, but it just felt like it was a little bit too chaotic when I brought in some of the reds, so we're gonna stick with the single color. Now, to make your tassel, you want to cut your fabric into strips. My strip is about 24 inches long, and I'm going to say it's about 5 inches thick, but here's what you want to consider. The thickness of your strip of fabric is going to be how long your tassel is. So if you want a really long tassel, you're going to want to cut this thicker. And then the width of your fabric, I'm actually gonna use that. That's gonna dictate how chunky your tassel is. So the wider and the longer your fabric, the longer and the chunkier your tassel is. I hope that makes sense once you see how I'm gonna make my tassel. The beauty of a plaid, or in this case a buffalo check, is that I have lots of lines to help me measure. And so I have determined that I want the top of my tassel to be about 1 inch. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna freehand this. I suspect there are special scissors that would help, but I am simply going to cut my tassels. I'm saying they're probably a couple millimeters wide. And so I'm just gonna do a straight cut up to about here. And then I'm just gonna repeat, and I'm gonna go the entire length of the fabric. This is a great project for watching a movie or some TV series that you are obsessed with. It is certainly not hard work, but it does take a little bit of time because you wanna go slow. Finished making all of your tassels, flip your strip of fabric over. I'm using a fabric glue. This is one that I really like. I'll include a link in the video description. And then I am simply going to put just a very light strip on one end. And I'm gonna slowly start rolling it up. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either roll it up and then add a way to attach it later, or you can also include a strip right in the middle, like this, and then that can become your string for later. So I will do that for now. You're gonna wanna roll this as tightly as you can, but you don't have to get too preoccupied with it. Remember how I said the length of your fabric is going to determine how thick your tassel is? You can begin to see why that's the case. The more I roll it, the wider the diameter of this tassel is going to be. So if you just want a smaller, skinnier tassel, then you could stop right now. I wanted something that had a little bit more dimension, so I am going to keep on rolling. To finish your tassel off a little bit, you can add just a short little strip around the top. Tassels are dry and I'm back to attach them to the blanket. I'm thinking that I want to put a couple on each corner. The tassels that I made originally, I actually don't have any fabric coming through them, but it's no big deal. You're gonna get some cotton embroidery thread. You want to take about 24 inches, I would say. And then you're gonna need sort of a thick embroidery needle, just wide enough that you can get your embroidery thread through the eye. So then I'm gonna run this through the underside of my tassel, and you wanna be careful that you don't pull your tassel apart. And you wanna leave about 4 inches of thread sticking out the bottom. Be careful you don't pull that through. And then I am simply going to wrap this around the corner of the blanket, probably 3 times. This cotton thread's pretty strong. And then I'm gonna go back through a different point in my tassel. And you're gonna pull it tight, tie a knot, and you've done it. Isn't that cute? I'm gonna sew on the rest of my tassels and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. That took no time whatsoever. I sewed a pair of tassels onto each corner of my blanket. It is so cozy and fun. I love that little detail that it adds. Really, really easy update. And one thing I love about these is that it's totally not permanent. If I decide that I want to update this blanket a little differently for spring, I can just snip off these tassels, sew on another batch. Super, super easy. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day, everyone.